I'm here as a local resident. I live just around the corner. I've seen the grief that this project is causing the local community, but my chief objection is not even a local community one. The public dollar is being spent on a wasteful tunnel which will not solve the traffic congestion problems in this area or indeed in Greater Sydney. I'm very concerned that $20 billion or more of public money is going to go into infrastructure that is simply going to create more congestion. I'd like that money spent on public transport. I'd like public transport solutions for the inner city.
This apartment block and the one opposite represents 50% of the unit stock for the area. So these people that have been displaced, have been forcibly removed from Haberfield, find themselves in a position where RMS have not adequately compensated them for this compulsory acquisition, nor have they any opportunity to buy back into Haberfield, as this represents 50% of the unit stock in the area.
This building is part of all the buildings that have been destined to be bulldozed by West Connex, part of 123 buildings, of which 6 have already been bulldozed. This building had 8 flats in it, 8 residences. This particular flat had 3 people living in it, and the 3 people living in this flat have not been able to stay in the district. They've had to move out of the district because of the paltry figure that they were paid, and that applies to everybody else. There's nobody in Haberfield who's been actually able to stay in Haberfield because of the very poor sums that have been paid to them.
Why are we doing this? We need to have a proper reason, and I still don't know the reason 3.5 years later why we're having this West Connex doorway. There's so much money being used on this that can be used in very different ways, and it's just going to get us earlier into the city and the airport, but where are we going to park? That's my question. I mean, I drive into the city all the time. There's no parking places. There's no parking in the airport, so we're going to go quicker there. And what are we going to do? Spend that time looking for parking? Homebush was a beautiful community. So my husband lived there since 1973. And I think he's really grieving a lot because he's lost his community and the entire community is fallen apart. Because there are about 40-something houses that are going in and around the Homebush and Concord area. That used to be a very, very old Australian community. And my neighbour's been there since about 45. And he's 96 years old, and that was his first home. And he's lost us. And we were the young people in his life, we gave him a lease of life with multiculturalism and, different other things. But it's gone.
We're trying to make it an issue in the election. The ALP needs to come out strongly against West Connex. The Liberal Party needs to realise that inner city expressways won't work, haven't worked and will never work. Already 4 inner city expressways have gone broke, have been bought by Transurban at fire sale prices. The traffic forecasts have all been grossly inflated, and if you look at the Lane Cove Tunnel, if you look at the Cross City Tunnel, and in Brisbane, if you look at the Clem 7, and if you look at the airport expressway, they've all gone broke, and they've all gone broke for the same reason: grossly overinflated traffic forecasts. People are not willing to pay tolls, and on top of that, if you were going to have a toll-free expressway, then it would simply block up in the inner city because they just are not an efficient way of transporting people.
West Connex! Stop West Connex! Stop West Connex! Never worked. Stop West Connex! Stop West Connex! Stop West Connex! Stop West Connex! No, it's definitely not.
Stop West Connex! Stop West Connex!
Spine up.
Move that back, please.
You got anything to say, sir? You're going to stand
Yeah,
up.
so we're in the suburbs of West Connex.
It's worth getting arrested for. Thank you. Do you just want to leave the property, please?
Right, okay.
Thank you. Please leave. Sorry guys.
We can stop this if we stop the funding. We've got the federal election and most of that money is coming from federal and state. There's no money coming from private investors. We need to stop the money now. We need a commitment from each politician who's standing for election that they will no longer fund the West Connex project. There have been many actions against West Connex. Over the last 2.5 years we've been fighting West Connex, and each one is community-led action because the community is against this. We've done many petitions, many surveys. The community doesn't want it. They were never asked if they actually wanted the West Connex project or not. This is a project for big business. This is a project for the big end of town. This is not a project which delivers to the community. What it does, it destroys local communities. It's going to destroy a lot of what we value here in the inner west, and in fact it delivers absolutely nothing for Western Sydney either. It's an absolute lie that's being told to Western Sydney. What they're going to get is huge tolls, and they're going to get no investment in the public transport that they so desperately need. What we need is a complete rethink. We need politicians who have the courage to say no to West Connex, politicians who are principled and will require that there be proper auditing of this, that there be a proper inquiry into this, and that we stop this West Connex. It's going to be a disaster which we will pay for many years.